The act of choosing oneself is a profound declaration of freedom from the fears and doubts imposed by others. True freedom is not simply the absence of external constraints, but the liberation from the internal chains of fear, doubt, and conditioned beliefs. These chains, often invisible and deeply rooted, manifest in thoughts like, "What will they think of me?" Or "Am I good enough?" Choosing oneself begins by recognizing these fears for what they are, echoes of past experiences, societal conditioning, or inherited insecurities, and deciding to no longer let them dictate the course of one's life. The freedom of choice is transformative because it shifts the locus of power from external forces to the individual's own heart and mind. In this shift, a woman realizes she is not bound by the limitations others may have set for her. She learns to trust her intuition, valuing it as a compass that guides her through the uncertainties of life. The act of choosing herself is a bold rejection of conformity and a powerful affirmation of her worth. When a woman chooses herself, she takes ownership of her life and choices, no longer waiting for permission or approval. This ownership comes with its own challenges, as it means embracing responsibility for the consequences of her decisions. However, this responsibility is empowering because it is grounded in autonomy. Each choice becomes an opportunity to align her actions with her values, desires, and vision for her life. This alignment creates a profound sense of integrity, as her outer world begins to reflect her inner truth. The freedom found in choosing oneself also extends to the way she relates to others. No longer feeling the need to please or placate, she can engage in relationships from a place of authenticity and mutual respect. This freedom fosters deeper connections because they are built on honesty rather than obligation. By choosing herself, she demonstrates that love and respect must first be cultivated within before they can be shared with others in a meaningful way. The journey to freedom in choice also involves redefining what success and happiness mean. Many women have been conditioned to equate success with meeting societal standards or achieving externally validated milestones. However, choosing oneself means rejecting these predefined metrics in favor of personally meaningful goals. This redefinition is an act of courage, as it often requires swimming against the tide of conventional wisdom. It means listening to the quiet desires of the heart rather than the loud demands of the world. True freedom lies in the ability to pursue these desires without guilt or apology, recognizing that a fulfilled life is one lived on one's own terms. The act of choosing herself becomes a declaration of independence, not just from societal expectations, but also from the fear of failure or judgment. This independence is not about isolation, but about self-reliance and confidence in her ability to navigate life's complexities. It is about finding strength in vulnerability and embracing the journey with an open heart. Freedom in choice is also a recognition of the power of saying no. In a world that often encourages women to say yes to everything, to opportunities, to obligations, to relationships, choosing oneself means discerning when to say no. This discernment is not about rejection, but about preservation of energy and focus for what truly matters. It is about creating boundaries that honor her time, her values, and her well-being. Saying no becomes an act of self-care and self-respect, a way of affirming that her worth is not measured by how much she gives, but by how authentically she lives. This freedom transforms the way she approaches challenges and setbacks. Rather than viewing them as failures, she sees them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Each obstacle becomes a lesson, each detour a chance to explore uncharted territory within herself. As she embraces the freedom of choosing herself, a woman becomes a living example of what is possible when one breaks free from the constraints of fear and doubt. Her journey inspires others to question their own limitations and consider the possibility of a life guided by authenticity and courage. This ripple effect creates a collective awakening, as more individuals choose to live in alignment with their true selves. In choosing herself, a woman not only transforms her own life, but also contributes to a broader movement of empowerment and liberation. The act of choosing oneself is not a solitary endeavor, it is a shared experience that connects and uplifts. It is a reminder that true freedom begins within, in the quiet yet profound decision to honor oneself above all else. A woman's journey begins when she steps away from societal roles and expectations to explore who she truly is. This process of self-discovery is not merely an act of rebellion against the norms imposed by the world, but a profound inward journey that begins with questions often left unanswered. Who am I beyond the roles I play? Am I more than a daughter, a sister, a mother, or a partner? These questions are the seeds of transformation, each one peeling back a layer of external identity to reveal the authentic self beneath. In the midst of these roles and responsibilities, it is easy to lose sight of the essence of who we are. Society often encourages women to prioritize others, to give endlessly, and to define their worth through their relationships or accomplishments. Yet in doing so, many lose a connection to their innermost being. Self-discovery begins with the willingness to pause, to sit in silence, and to listen to the whispers of the soul that have long been drowned out by the noise of expectation. Self-discovery is not a linear path, it is a labyrinth. Each turn may lead to moments of clarity or confusion, joy or sorrow, but every step is necessary. It requires the courage to face uncomfortable truths, to acknowledge dreams that were once dismissed, and to confront fears that have been left unspoken. It is an act of immense bravery to look inward, for within lies the raw, unfiltered reality of who we are, not the version polished for the world's approval, but the unvarnished truth. This process strips away pretense and allows a woman to embrace her flaws, her strengths, and everything in between. To embark on this journey is to challenge the narratives that have been woven around us since birth. It is to question the stories that dictate what is possible, what is acceptable, and what is expected. These narratives often act as invisible chains, limiting potential and stifling individuality. The power of self-discovery lies in breaking free from these chains and rewriting the narrative to reflect one's true essence. This rewriting is not an erasure of the past, but a reimagining of what is possible when one's actions align with their authentic self. As a woman begins to uncover her true self, she also discovers the boundless strength within her. This strength is not the loud, brash force often celebrated in society, but a quiet, unshakable resolve. It is the strength to say no when it is easier to say yes, to stand firm in her truth, even when it is inconvenient, and to pursue a path that may be lonely but is undeniably hers. This strength fuels resilience, allowing her to navigate the challenges that inevitably arise on the journey of self-discovery. It is a strength born not of defiance, but of self-awareness, rooted in the understanding that her value is inherent and not contingent upon external validation. The beauty of self-discovery is that it is deeply personal yet universally relatable. While the specifics of the journey may differ, the underlying essence is the same, a return to oneself. It is a reclamation of identity, a reunion with the parts of the self that were silenced or ignored. In this reunion, a woman finds a sense of wholeness that is not dependent on others. She learns that she is enough as she is, without needing to prove her worth through achievement or approval. This realization is both liberating and grounding, providing a foundation upon which she can build a life that is authentically hers. This journey of self-discovery is not without its challenges. It often requires stepping into the unknown, leaving behind the familiar comforts of old patterns and relationships. There may be moments of doubt, times when the old ways seem easier, and the temptation to revert is strong. Yet it is in these moments that the importance of self-discovery becomes most evident. The discomfort is a sign of growth, a testament to the courage it takes to forge a new path. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory against the inertia of conformity. Through self-discovery, a woman also learns the value of solitude. In a world that often equates solitude with loneliness, she discovers that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Solitude becomes a sanctuary, a space where she can connect with her thoughts, her dreams, and her inner wisdom. It is in these moments of solitude that clarity emerges, guiding her decisions and deepening her understanding of herself. Solitude becomes a source of strength, a reminder that she is complete within herself. The impact of self-discovery extends beyond the individual. As a woman embraces her true self, she becomes a source of inspiration for others. Her authenticity lights the way for those around her, showing that it is possible to live a life true to one's values and desires. She challenges others to embark on their own journeys, creating a ripple effect of empowerment and transformation. In choosing herself, she gives others permission to do the same, breaking cycles of conformity and fostering a culture of authenticity. The power of self-discovery lies not only in the destination, but in the journey itself. It is a process of becoming, a continuous unfolding of the self. Each step reveals new layers, new truths, and new possibilities. It is a journey that requires courage, resilience, and unwavering self-compassion. But above all, it is a journey worth taking, for it leads to a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and joy. The journey of self-reliance is one marked by both profound challenges and transformative realizations. In learning to stand on her own, a woman uncovers a reservoir of strength that often lies dormant beneath layers of dependency and external validation. This strength is not born from an absence of vulnerability, but from the ability to embrace it without fear. Self-reliance is not the denial of interdependence, but the recognition that true support can only flourish when one's foundation is firm. A woman who chooses self-reliance does so not out of rejection of others, but as an affirmation of her own capacity to navigate the complexities of life with grace and determination. Self-reliance begins with trust in one's intuition, abilities, and judgment. For many women, this trust is eroded early, replaced by the doubt instilled by societal expectations or the well-meaning but limiting guidance of others. Rebuilding this trust requires a conscious effort to silence external noise and listen to the inner voice that speaks of possibility and potential. This process is neither quick nor easy. It demands patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to make mistakes. Yet, with each decision made independently, with each risk taken and lesson learned, the foundation of self-reliance grows stronger. In embracing self-reliance, a woman must also confront the fears that often accompany independence. The fear of failure, of rejection, or of isolation can be powerful deterrents. However, these fears lose their hold when faced directly and understood as part of the human experience. Failure becomes a teacher, rejection a redirection, and isolation an opportunity for introspection and growth. Each challenge overcome becomes a testament to her resilience, a reminder of her ability to weather life's storms and emerge unscathed but undeniably stronger. Self-reliance also involves redefining relationships, both with oneself and with others. A woman who relies on herself does not withdraw from the world, but engages with it from a place of strength and authenticity. She sets boundaries that protect her energy and prioritize her well-being. These boundaries are not walls but gateways, allowing her to connect with others in meaningful ways without compromising her sense of self. In doing so, she fosters relationships that are reciprocal and enriching, built on mutual respect rather than dependence or obligation. The journey of self-reliance is deeply personal, yet universally resonant. It speaks to the innate human desire for autonomy and the fulfillment that comes from living a life aligned with one's values and aspirations. As a woman cultivates self-reliance, she becomes a source of inspiration for others, demonstrating that it is possible to thrive on one's own terms. Her journey is not one of isolation, but of empowerment, a beacon for those who seek to reclaim their own strength and sovereignty. In embracing self-reliance, a woman discovers not only her own capabilities, but also her capacity to contribute meaningfully to the world around her. She recognizes that her worth is not determined by what she receives, but by what she gives from a place of authenticity and abundance. This recognition transforms her perspective, allowing her to approach life with gratitude, confidence, and a sense of purpose. Self-reliance becomes not just a personal achievement, but a celebration of the human spirit's resilience and potential. It is a reminder that within each of us lies the power to create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and joy, grounded in the unshakable foundation of our own strength. Courage to define success, the concept of success, has often been shaped by societal norms, cultural expectations, and external validation. However, true success is not a one-size-fits-all destination, but a deeply personal and evolving journey. The courage to define success begins with questioning the conventional metrics of achievement that have been imposed upon us. For women, these metrics often include traditional milestones such as marriage, motherhood, and career accomplishments. While these can be meaningful and fulfilling for some, they do not encompass the entirety of what it means to live a successful life. Courage lies in challenging these norms and creating a definition of success that is authentic and aligned with one's unique values, passions, and dreams. Redefining success requires introspection and honesty. It begins with asking oneself what truly matters. Is it the pursuit of a high-paying job or the cultivation of meaningful relationships? Is it achieving recognition and fame or finding inner peace and contentment? There is no right or wrong answer, for success is as individual as the person defining it. The key is to listen to the inner voice that speaks of joy and fulfillment, even if it contradicts societal expectations. This inner voice often gets drowned out by the noise of external pressures, but it is a reliable guide when given the space to be heard. Having the courage to define success also means embracing failure as part of the journey. In a society that often stigmatizes failure, it takes bravery to see it as a necessary step toward growth and self-discovery. Failure provides valuable lessons and opportunities for course correction. It teaches resilience, adaptability, and the importance of perseverance. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, bringing clarity and strength. The woman who redefines.